We are approaching the end of the year. The sun is setting a lot earlier, winter is coming, and around this time of year, I become very reflective. I think about what happened this year, I think about what I wanted to do, I think about what I didn't do, and though I've achieved a lot this year, I've also failed at a lot this year, and I don't know if it's because of the winter, the cold, the darkness, but sometimes I get these creeping feelings of regret about the things that I wasn't able to achieve or wasn't able to do this year. And so here are some ways that I'm trying to end the year without that regret. If you're new here, I'm Bea, and welcome to the Wilder Muse. The first way I'm trying to curb the feeling of regret is to remind myself that failure is a part of the process of achieving. It's part of the process of trying. It's part of the process of being human. If you're not failing, then you're probably not putting yourself out there. You're not trying for something, and you're not getting out of your comfort zone. Failure is part of the price of experience. Just remember to get back up when you fail. Now, this is a slightly different take from what I feel like I usually hear around getting back up after failure, but getting back up to me means trying again at the same goal or trying something completely new. Because sometimes something isn't for you, and trying something new is better than just beating a dead horse. Sometimes doors are closed for a reason. Now, that's not giving you permission to give up when anything gets hard, but it's to remind you that abandoning one path for another path does not make you a quitter. Sometimes you just have to acknowledge that that's not the right path for you. Give yourself permission to switch lanes. And I know that some of you are afraid to do that because of public scrutiny, because you're embarrassed, because maybe you think that other people are going to think you're a quitter. But to be honest, you deserve to look for the path that is right for you, no matter what other people say. In my eyes, that doesn't make you a quitter at all. Another thing to remember about failure to help with the feeling of regret is to remember that failure is part of the learning process. Just think of it as data. It's feedback for what you're doing. If you fail, you know that perhaps you're doing something wrong, or you need to improve at something. So ask yourself, what can you learn from your failures? What can those experiences give you? And sometimes you don't achieve something because of outside circumstances, things out of your control. And so maybe it wasn't something you did, but you can always ask yourself, okay, what can I do to help prepare for this next time? What can I do to avoid this next time? And if it's really unavoidable, ask yourself, what are the possible blessings that could have happened because I didn't get what I want? It's all about reframing that mindset around failure. Think of failure as feedback, not as an ending. It's just a point in your journey. I mean, think about any successful person you've ever heard of. They've probably failed more times than you can count. And honestly, that's how they got to where they are. They failed, they learned, they implemented those learnings, and then they moved on. That's the process of growth. Another way to curb the feeling of regret is to give yourself credit for what you did do. Chances are, if you were going for a goal or you were trying to achieve something, you made some improvements towards that goal. Give yourself credit for that. You're probably closer to that goal now than you were in the beginning of the year, and that's important to notice. Another way to give yourself credit is to give yourself credit for successes that were not expected or not what you thought success was going to look like. So for example, you could have been looking for a six-figure job, and though you didn't achieve a six-figure job, maybe you spent a lot of time with your family. Maybe you talked to your mom a lot more than you usually do, and you created a deeper bond with her. Honestly, that's a success that you should give yourself credit for and you should celebrate. Remember to give yourself credit for the successes that you did achieve, even if it looks different from the successes that you wanted. The last way I'm trying to curb the feeling of regret is to practice gratitude. I talk about it all the time. Gratitude is very important. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's simple and it works. Be grateful. Be grateful for the incredible experiences you had this year. And this is a little more difficult, but be grateful for what your bad experiences gave you. What did it give you? What were the blessings and the lessons that it gave you? And take that and be grateful for that, because honestly, good cannot exist without bad. It is the balance of the world. And so what are those experiences giving you? And the last thing I would say be grateful for is be grateful for the fact you're still here. Honestly, time is an illusion. We've made it up. And so even if you haven't achieved this goal right now, you're still here, which means you can still achieve the goal. Just keep going. Just because you didn't achieve the goal this year, it might end up happening next year if you just keep going. Be grateful that you have that opportunity, because you're not down for the count yet. Anyways, I hope this is helpful. I hope this is helpful in confronting the end of year scaries. A lot of this is reminders to myself, so I hope they benefit you too. Please comment, like, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye!